Good morning. You can probably hear the boys playing with trains in the background, but two things are getting a makeover today. Number one, me. I need the full body. I need like the everything shower. I need a good hair wash. I've been unwell again. You know me and my gut. I'm working on it. And I just need like the post-sickness redo. So I'm gonna get a nice little makeover today, but probably more excitingly, the garden is getting a makeover today. Today is the day that the planting is going in. We were gonna do it last week, but it was just so stormy, so windy. So today is the day. I feel like there's a little bit of a renovation update to do actually, because have you seen the curtains? I'm not sure you've seen the curtains, and you definitely haven't seen our like wooden fluted panel section of our kitchen in video form anyway. So let me turn it around. Ta-da! Here we go. We are so chuffed with it. Caleb, our carpenter, was in last week doing this and just like finishing off a few little things. He's still got our doors to do. There's still like more to do. There's kind of a phase 2, but phase 1 is complete. We are so happy with this. This was just plastered and like left plain by the original builders, so we kind of got used to that. But now the finished look. What do you think? Oh, your girl is hungry. I've just eaten like Ritz crackers for days. And then the curtains. Have you seen these? The curtains. There you go. What do you think? So this is what is having a makeover today. I thought I would quickly shoot. I don't normally shoot this early in the morning, it's 7:10, but I thought I would shoot now so that you could see the before, because the guys who come to do the garden are always here really early at the crack of dawn. So I'm going to do a quick little before at the outside.
Hello. But my camera.
That is my camera.
But my camera.
Ralph's camera. Okay, the little man wants some pancakes, so let's do that before.
Camera.
Ralph's camera, is it?
About camera.
I'm not sure Ralph has ever seen me film before, so he's finding this whole thing extremely bizarre, but this is the before. Nice empty bed. It's going to be full by the end of the day, and then that bed will be full as well. These down the side will still be empty because these are like Mark's future veg beds, but there's going to be trees down the side. And then this section here, I think you've seen our little like outdoor kitchen section that I have our pizza oven, and like that's where we'll like serve food and stuff, but all down here we'll have trees. So that's going to be really nice as well. Oh, so buzzing. How buzzing are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I feel like this is your moment. I want to sing like Marty McCutcheon.
My moment? What is my moment?
Because this is like, you're so excited about this and finally going to have the garden of your dreams.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to just have some plants in it. I've kind of gotten used to there not being plants, but not used to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
So
same.
now, at the end of the day, they'll just be like
a planted garden.
And trees in a...
I know.
Oh, I just can't.
Yeah, I'm so excited. That was very entertaining. I'm not sure Ralph has like ever seen me film, because I normally film when he's not here. So he was like, this is very cool. I was trying to explain that like my job is, you know, we make videos, and he was like, Ralph's job. I was like, baby, you don't need a job right now. You just gotta have fun, you're a kid. I think the first order of the day is to eat something that isn't beige. Top up on my pre and probiotics, obviously. I've missed out on a fair amount of work, so today is kind of a like getting back into the swing of things kind of day. But also I really wanna make something nice for the landscapers, because it's raining cats and dogs out there right now. I think the weather is due to get better, but it is just so grim. And these guys, when they were here in the summer, they were very receptive to my baking. So I'm trying to rack my brains for something that's like a real people pleaser that they're all like. I've definitely done them scones before. I think they've had shortbread. They've had cookies. Oh, they had some of my 100-hour brownie. I haven't got 100 hours. I have got a lot of chocolate in the house. So yeah, maybe there's a quicker brownie recipe that I could do, because I feel like that is universally loved and also like nice and filling. Like they need some fat in them, you know? So I might get ready for the day and then come down and do a bit of baking, so they can have a little like mid-morning something, because they need it, they deserve it. Look at that. Ooh, sunshine. Okay, the weather has brightened up, which is so good. Those poor guys, I was like, they can't be out in the rain all day. It's just so grim. They've all got teas and coffees. Mark sorted them out some biscuits as well. It's all good. I had my everything shower. I have done my hair. I kind of like to get to the point where it's kind of 80% dry and then I let it do the 20% air dry. I just feel like the curls are a little bit more defined that way. So the hair is washed. I put a layer of fake tan all over. I did my skincare. I did Beauty Pie Awesome bronze drops on top. And then here's what I thought I would wear today, a very unlikely style inspiration, but I saw it on Alison Bornstein's Instagram yesterday and was like, you know what? I'd quite like to wear that outfit. I think he's called Jacob Elordi. Is he in like the new Priscilla film? But I'm sorry, but that look is just, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna stick on my baggy jeans, put on some ballet flats and do my men's Uniqlo cashmere jumper over the top. Can't really do a t-shirt, it's a little bit like too cold for a t-shirt today. But just for a day, doing a bit of baking, working from home, having a lot of laptop time, I'm like, this is a good little outfit. And now I need to put some makeup on because I'm just feeling very red. The skin is not skinning right now, but it will be in like 5 minutes time. Let's work that out. So I'm working with Beauty Pie to bring you this video and I come bearing good news because if like me, you've been a really big fan of the sheer tinted oil-free SPF 20, I use this in light, and the All-in-Wonder illuminating primer, this little combination, which I think this has sadly been discontinued. I always trust that with Beauty Pie, it's because they're bringing out something bigger, better, they're reformulating, they're repackaging, they are always listening to their members' feedback. I mean, I have no feedback. I have nothing but good things to say about this, but I trust that if this is perhaps gone, maybe for a short time, maybe forever, who knows? It's because it's making the way for something better. And I've really loved this combination for like a good couple of years now because it's just so fresh, dewy on the skin. This is still around if you're wondering, but they have also released something new. And I feel like if you've seen this on the website and we're a fan of like the same type of bases, you might have even got your hands on it already. But if you haven't, allow me to introduce you. It is the Beauty Pie Super Luminous Skin Genius. It comes in 8 different shades. It's really tinted and light, so each shade is going to work across like a really broad spectrum of skin tones. The members price is £20, the non-members price is £50. So like you're making a saving here. It's your usual 30ml of product. I'm going to use it in the shade Light. I feel like Light has a nice kind of sun-kissed tinge, which you know that I personally prefer. If you're a similar complexion to me, maybe Fair would be your more like winter complexion if you don't want the sun-kissed vibe. But I've just put some faux glow on, so I'm ready for the tan today. You need to give it a good shake up before, but I've just been enjoying this for like every day, throw on in the morning, really, really quick, apply with fingers. I mean, there's a bit of build up there if you want, but ultimately this is just a really nice, glowy, everyday, year-round kind of product. I've been doing like a whisker application. You can see it is so thin, which just means it's really, really easy to blend. And then I'm just pushing that into my skin with my fingers. And it's just like evening everything out. In terms of a comparison against the original tinted moisturizer, I'd say the original tinted moisturizer is much thicker and maybe kind of has a little bit more coverage. It does feel a little bit more foundation-y. I feel like this one is definitely more tinted, lighter on the skin. It's definitely like a lighter base in general in terms of both coverage on the skin, but how it feels texture-wise as well. I mean, I just feel like that gives the glow. I'm like, cool, yeah, I'm good. I might pop, no, I don't think I do. I'm quite happy with how that looks. Or maybe I'll do a little bit on my neck actually. I actually went to a Beauty Pie event yesterday at their offices in London and I got a sneak peek of what is to come. It was like a quarter of what they've got launching next year, like what they're going to be launching in the first couple of months next year. And my word, I was so, there's some real crackers in there. I just feel like Beauty Pie really think about what they're bringing to the market. They like think of a category, they're like, right, skin tints. How can we literally make the best skin tint on the market, bring it to our members for a reasonable price without that usual retailer markup? And they do. They like deliver every single time. So if you're a fan of skin tints, maybe you want something a little bit more brightening, more glowy, kind of just lighter and like easier to apply than say a thicker tinted moisturizer, I think you'll really like this. It lasts really well on my skin and you can just see like, I'm not gonna need highlighter today, that is for sure. Oh, and also they've brought out an accompanying super luminous serum concealer, again in 8 shades. I'm gonna show you the applicator here. It's like a little doe foot applicator. This is £12 and again, I'm using the shade Light. I'm just gonna press that in under my eyes. I would say this is definitely a like brightening concealer, so one that I would use around my nose and under my eyes rather than on like blemishes or anything like that. But the formula really gives that like brightening, like kind of reflective almost finish under the eyes that just makes you look juicy. Like personally, I really like that. You know, I like a real, I don't mind a glossy look under my eyes. I want it to be reflective. I want it to look juicy. I want it to look plump. And this does all of those things. There you go. That is with the concealer and the luminous skin tint on. Obsessed. I'll link all these down below for you, but I had a little preview of like what's coming for Black Friday, the Christmas gifting. The Christmas gifting is actually live on the site right now. What's coming for next year? Like if you're not a member already, like it's time to get on it. To finish off getting ready, I'm just gonna take a slightly more heavy duty concealer and go over my blemishes and that bit of redness on my nose. Throwing on some of the Beauty Pie bronzer. This is, I think it's in the shade Goldilocks, that's it. Trying to think of any other updates that we've got. Oh, I returned the grey coat. I feel like the comments on the last video, you were mixed. Half of you were like, yes, keep it, it looks great, which was very kind of you to say, thank you. And then the other half were like, Anna, you've already got 2 coats in the exact same shape as this. It's time to branch out a bit. And it's one of those things, it's like when something is sat on the hanger still with the tags on, that tells me everything that I need to know. I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need this in my life. So I did return it. I'm not missing it. I'm fine without it. It wasn't a need. So that went back. Oh, I did buy something fun off of Vinted. I don't think it'll be here today. It's a bit silly because it's a repurchase of something that I used to have, but I was in bed the other day thinking about how I should never have sold my Topshop snakeskin boots. I don't know if you remember them. They were just like a Western boot with this. It was more like a grey cream snakeskin. They were so comfortable and they just really added some jazz to outfits, and I really, really loved them. And then I realized actually I probably would have ended up selling them anyway, because I do remember them being a 6, but like on the tight side of a 6. I'm definitely more like a 6.5, kind of 7 these days. Right, eyelash curling done. So I went on Vinted and just typed in like Topshop snakeskin boots, size 7. Can you believe it? The exact boots that I was thinking about were there, available, £10. So you know what? Probably shouldn't have sold them in the first place, but also they probably still wouldn't fit me anyway. £10. I was like, yeah, absolutely, you are mine. And they're winging their way to me right now. Because yeah, I've been talking about it a bit on my Substack. I just feel like it got a bit boring in my clothes. I kind of made all these rules like no patterns, no color, like, and actually without those things, it really is plain. Like it really is plain. And I've just been missing just a little bit of pattern. Like I do miss a bit of leopard print. I miss a little bit of leopard print, and miss a little bit of snakeskin, just like those neutral patterns that just add texture to outfits and can really, I don't know, make it feel a bit different. So I'm really excited to have those back in my life. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. At the Beauty Pie event yesterday, we saw like all of their Christmas gifting, and actually there were a few things that weren't on the website yet, and one of them was an LED mask. One of the flexible masks, which are just my favorite to use. They're just so like comfortable and easy to wear, and you actually like do use them regularly because they're so easy to use in your routine. And I asked the lady for the price, and the lady was like, I do know the price of this. £99 for members. £99 for members. I was like, oh my word, I just don't think there's an LED mask on the market for £99. I was like, that is amazing. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. I was like, that is a find. That is a total find. In the goodie bag, we got this, and it made me laugh because I'd already ordered this online. I thought it would be here for this video, but I think it's coming tomorrow. What else did I order? I ordered these. I ordered the eyelash curlers. I really want to try the eyelash curlers. A Christmas candle. Obviously, like the Christmas candle is a classic. What was the other thing? Oh, I ordered the Luxe facial roller and facial oil. Thought that'd be a really nice thing to try. And oh, these, the Goody Two Shoes skin and nail gummies. They've had these before, but they've reformulated them and brought them back. And I just thought they were the tastiest cherry gummies. So I made a repurchase of those as well. But this is the Big Colour Lip Kit in the shade Daily Nude, and you get a lip stylo and also a mini Wonder Gel long wear lip liner in Daily Nude. It's a cute little set. So let's put a bit of lip liner on. Oh, that's a really nice colour. I can sometimes find these sort of like Everyday Nude's a little bit brown, but this is actually quite pinky. Oh, this reminds me of something. This reminds me of something. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. I actually really like that it's quite a small stylo because my lips aren't massive, so I can be quite precise. That's such a nice finish as well. Oh, I love that. Okay, this looks like it's limited edition as part of the Christmas set, so let's like sell it out and tell Beauty Pie that we love it so they bring it back permanently, because that is like into the everyday rotation. Oh, one final update. I made my first Vinteria order. I've never ordered from Vinteria before, but we did a little search online. I sent these to Mark and was like, what do you think of these chairs? And he was like, I really, really like them. So we have ordered these. For some reason I can't make it big, but hopefully you can see them. But yeah, I think they're gonna look so nice in that corner. The chairs that we have there already are a bit of a placeholder. Mark really doesn't like the chairs that we've got. He finds them really uncomfortable. So we'll probably just sell them on Facebook Marketplace or like leave them outside, and they will go to a good home, that's for sure. But we are keeping our original table. Maybe I'll go down and show you that actually. Let's talk about that. So I can show you what the original finish on the table downstairs looked like, because we had the bench that matched it. And we got it from Hills years ago. I think about, yeah, it would have been like 8 years ago now that we got it from Hills. But this was the original finish of the bench. So you can see it's quite textured and it has almost like a kind of white wax pushed into it. It's oak, it's such a lovely piece. And this is what our dining table was like as well. So we were looking online at dining tables, and number one, they were so expensive. And number two, we were like, we kind of want what we've already got. It just seems like a bit of a waste of money basically. So we spoke to our carpenter and said, hey, do you think there's any way that you could sand this down and just get rid of this like textured finish on the top and this kind of slightly whitewash on the top, so it'll just work with all of the wood that we've got in the room a little bit better? And he was like, absolutely. And he has done such a cracking job. Like, we're so happy with it. It just looks brand new. It's exactly what we wanted, and we've obviously been able to like salvage something that we had already. Way more sustainable. So here you go. This is the new old table. It's just got such a nice soft finish on it, and it just works with everything. It just works so well with everything that we've got in here already. I think it's going to look amazing with the new chairs as well. So yeah, thank you, Caleb. You did a cracking job with this. Ready for a little mid-morning update as well. Look at that! Plants! Yeah! It looks so good. It looks so good already, and all they've done is like place some of them out. So good. Just admiring your land. Okay, these guys are so cold and wet that I feel bad making them just one thing. And I was like, you know what, it's 10:30 right now, so I was like, I can basically make them kind of a lunch. So I thought I would do the BBC Good Food classic cheese scones, and I've actually printed out the recipes this time, because I went around my mum's at the weekend and she had made a BBC Good Food tagine, and she had like printed it out, and I was like, you know what, that's the way to do it, because otherwise you're like on your phone, you're scrolling, you're like trying to find like the ingredient, like the amount, but then also what it's supposed to do with it. I'm like, this, call me old school, but this just makes sense. I love printing things out. This is their best ever chocolate brownie recipe. I either use like BBC Good Food or Waitrose really for recipes. I think I'm gonna do the brownie recipe first, because I think it needs to completely cool before you can get it out. And I think that takes kind of like, well, half an hour to prep and half an hour to bake, and then also a bit of cooling time. So I feel like that needs to be done first. Whereas I think I've made these before. I think I've made cheese scones for these guys before, and it's literally like 15 minutes of prep, 20 minutes of cooking. These are quick. I feel like this I can do without really thinking about, but these I haven't made before. I mean, I love my 100-hour brownie recipe, but yeah, we just do not have time for that now. But I'm gonna get my hair and kind of stick it in here so it can get in the way, and then also wash my hands. I wonder if they're looking in, like, is she making those for us? I need to like gesture to the next time we make eye contact, be like, these, they're for you, don't worry. Right, let's start with the brownies. Okay, that is interesting. I have a lot less butter than I thought I did, so let's just make a quickie little order. The urge to just pick this up and just like eat it out with a spoon. It's just butter and dark chocolate. I'm like, yum, let me get in. I feel like the urge for me to do this is also partly because I'm really obsessed with at-home baking business TikTok. There's two people I'm thinking of in particular. One isn't at home, one works in a bakery somewhere in America and does like sheet cakes, and she just shows all of the different cakes that she ices and decorates, and like the artistry, the creativity, just absolutely incredible. And then the other person has an at-home bakery business, and they do like cakes and macaroons, and she was up in the middle of the night. She's like, and then I had a nap from like 2 till 4, and then I got up again and made more cakes. I was like, that is dedication. But I don't know, I find it gives me like the itch to bake something. It's been a really long time since I've baked, so I'm really excited to be doing this right now. It is physically impossible for me to fold one mixture into another mixture without thinking about that Schitt's Creek scene. What are they doing? Like folding the cheese? Fold the cheese. If you're like me and you're a real Parks and Rec, The Office kind of person, and you're like, I'm not excited about Schitt's Creek, I felt the same way, and then managed to watch like every single season in about 2 months. It's good, it's really good. Moira Rose, what a great character. I will say this recipe seemed kind of faffy, but now I'm doing it, I realise it's one of those, like little recipes, to be fair, once you've done it a couple of times, you'd do it without even thinking. One thing I like to do is always to melt the butter and the chocolate together in the microwave, like doing bain-marie, no thank you. Way too much setup, it was completely fine. Always do it for less time than you think. Okay, now my arm's starting to But I think I've managed to keep the air inside the mixture. I'll show you what I'm working with right now. This is the eggy mixture. Oh, that was a bit close. The eggy mixture with the chocolate and butter mixture added in. Then you re-sift the cocoa powder and flour in. Oh, I might add in, it says to do the chocolate chips as a final step, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy. Let's just throw those in now. It said to do white chocolate and milk chocolate. I didn't have that, and I didn't have the full amount that was needed of chocolate chips, but I'm like, it's fine. I've got a bit of dark chocolate chips in there, so at least there'll be a bit of bite in there. Okay, it's 11:05 now. I feel like I'm getting close to putting it in. So I feel like if we're working for a lunchtime of 12 o'clock for these guys, then we're still good. Right, it's going in, it's going in. The guys just looked at it. They looked at it, they were like, wait, is that for me? It is for you guys. Okay, that is ready to go in. Okay, now onto the cheese scones. I feel like having lots of people watching you through the window is actually quite a good thing. It makes you very tidy, very, very tidy. And I definitely didn't eat the mixture as much as I would have if I was on my own. So all good, health and safety, health and safety. It was actually quite handy. I feel like sometimes when I'm baking, I just get very like into it and make a massive mess. I don't get, what's it called, like mise en place, when you get everything out like at the beginning. I'm gonna do that this time. I'm gonna make this a very organized workspace. So I'm gonna get my ingredients ready and everything out now. I feel like I say this every time I make scones, but if you are a regular maker of scones, whatever you want to call them, this is what you need. This little tool here. It just means that you don't have to put your fingers in the mixture. It means that the heat of your hands aren't melting the butter. Like, it's so good. It's a family favorite. I think my mum or my grandma must have got me that when I moved out, and it's really handy. It's one of those things you're like, I don't use it all that often, but when I do, I'm like, it's very helpful. I think I'm on course. The time is 11:22. I think I've got about 10, just under 10 minutes left on the brownies. I might stick them in like the fridge or the freezer just to cool them down really quickly, because it says not to get it out of the tin until it's cooled down. But yeah, that'll give me the perfect amount of time to cook these. These will be freshly warm. My brownies will hopefully have time to cool. And these guys will have something tasty to eat. Oh, the recipe for this one said that it made 5 to 6, and I think there's 6 guys out there. So I'd like them to be able to have double if they want. So I doubled up the mixture. Also, I was like, I'd quite like to have one. I'm sure I'd quite like to have one. So I did double up the mixture. Luckily I had enough cheese. I did have to put a bit of plain flour in, so we'll see if that was a terrible idea or not, who knows. I'm a little bit worried about these cheese scones. I'm worried I haven't made them thick enough. And I also did use some non-self-raising flour in them, so I don't know, we'll see. But I'm pleased I doubled up the recipe. I still only managed to make, I think I've got about 15 or 16, I think that should be enough for everybody. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of milk wash on top. I thought I'd try a little bit of parmesan over the top. Ooh, she's feeling fancy. With a bit of cracked black pepper as well. Cool. Right, they're going in.
Oh, look at those! Whoa! I didn't even realize that. Too busy looking outside.
Too busy looking. Really good. They're actually open up the oven feet.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I thought whilst my scones have 4 minutes left on them, I'd do a quick little reading updates. I feel like it's been a while. And I just read a really good book and I was like, I need to share. Of course, I've read the Britney Spears memoir, The Woman in Me, and it was really, really good. I mean, that woman has been so wronged in so many different ways. And if you're a fan of her music, or even just, I don't know, if you were just a kid at the time that she was like absolutely huge, I just think it makes for a really interesting read. It will also make you want to listen to the Blackout album, like on repeat. Like the opening 4 songs of Blackout are just so good. Although when I put on Give Me More in the car, it reminds me of that scene in The Office with like Michael, where he's got his like sunglasses on in his convertible, and it's just it's so good. Break the Ice. What a tune. Radar, what a tune. So good. So do definitely recommend that you read that. Now I feel harsh giving it 3 out of 5 stars. Maybe it was more of a 4 out of 5 stars, but I did give 5 out of 5 stars to this book. This is like the book of the moment. I've seen so many people speak about this book online. I think it's a bit, some people are like, it's not worth the rave, it's not brilliant. It's called Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. I gave it a 5. I didn't realise it was a modern day adaptation of Little Women, and actually, I've never read the original. I've never seen any of the films. So it wasn't until I saw someone online say that and I was like, oh, really interesting. I've never read the original, so I can't really compare. Now you're gonna tell me I need to add that to my list, right? I need to add that classic to my list. It was one of those books. I mean, maybe you have to be in the right brain space to read it, because it is quite sad. It's quite a heavy book. I mean, I remember just reading some of the chapters and like going to bed and just being like, this book is breaking my heart, like repeatedly breaking my heart over and over again. So yeah, I would say it's definitely quite a sad book, but also quite a beautiful book. Oh, it makes me emotional just talking about it. That's the kind of book that it is. It's making me emotional just even thinking about this book. So I really liked it. I'd really recommend it, but I'd say, you know, you've got to have be in a place where you can take a bit of grit, because it is quite hardcore. I'm trying to look back at any others that I've read recently that I liked. I gave Happy Place a 4, Pineapple Street a 3, Romantic Comedy a 3. By the way, this is all on my Goodreads. If ever you want to see like what I'm reading, I do, because I read it all on my Kindle. When I get to the end of the book, it just prompts me to like give it a rating, and then that just links up to here, so it's so easy to keep up to date. I mean, I haven't had like my biggest reading year. I think one year I read 52 books. That was obviously pre-child. But that's a good one that I've read recently, so I was like, I feel like I need to give a little book update. I'm also currently reading Tom Lake by Anne Patchett. I love Anne Patchett books. Like when she comes out with a new book, oh, my scones are ready. I have to read it. And I think I'm about halfway through. It's really good. It's really, really good. She just writes very, I don't know how to explain it, like comforting. It's very comforting things, like not the type of things that you feel, oh no, sometimes she does write quite heartbreaking things. I like reading them. It's like an enjoyable, fun for all the family. She writes a really good generational drama that I love. Although this one isn't that so much, but it's really good. I really do recommend it. So I feel like I'm never the most eloquent when I'm talking about books. I'm just like, this is a really good book, you should read it. But those are ones that I've really enjoyed recently. Right, let's go and I was actually sitting on Mog the cat to be the right level for the camera. So let's go put Mog back and get out my scones. Okay, I think these are looking pretty good. They're not as risen as I would like them to be, but like I said, I didn't use the correct amount of self-raising flour, so I'm sure they will be fine. And you know what? Cheese scones, fresh out the oven, like, I don't think anyone cares. Let's just put these on a tray for the guys, and then they can have a bit of a break. They've been working so hard out there, it honestly looks amazing. These ones don't look as cooked, which honestly is really my vibe, so I might go for these and give these ones to the guys. Okay, the scones just needed a little bit more colour on them. I personally like slightly undercooked scones, but I don't know if these guys do, so there you go. There are my cheese scones, my chocolate brownies, ready for the guys, and it is, it's 25 past 12, so it has taken me like a good 2 hours, and I still have washing up to do, but I'm pretty chuffed with that. It's looking so good. We have trees. Oh, it's so nice to have these trees. It was such a genius idea to have these pleached trees. I'll turn it around and I'll show you. See, like this? So it just adds a little bit of extra height to our wall, gives a little bit more privacy. Yeah, it just means our view is gonna be like trees out the window, which is so nice. And then out here, the guys are just on it. The guys are on it. Like, we have trees going in, we have plants going in. Oh my gosh, cannot wait to see the end result. I'm gonna be a tease and say, if you want to see the end result, then come back to next week's video. But if you follow me on Instagram, I probably would have burst with excitement and shared it on there already. Here you go, here's a little behind the scenes of my morning. I'm feeling so much better. There's nothing like when you've been ill, just having like the everything shower, putting on a layer of fake tan, doing your hair, like putting some makeup on. I just feel so much better just for that. And also just taking a bit of time to like zen out, do a bit of baking. That is my happy place. So yeah, let's go give these to the guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much Beauty Pie for sponsoring this video. All of the links for everything that I've mentioned will be down below. That lipstick, the luminous skin tint, those two things, beautiful. I hope you've had a great week and I'll see you soon. Bye.